Welcome back. I am Coach Mia, and I'm with Coach Kate and Coach Aubrey. And we just shared in the prior segment, we were just recapping the Radiothon and talking about our programming for this summer. But now I want to kind of share some incredible partnerships that we have. We've always had these partnerships, but this year it's magnified. Kate and Aubrey are rock stars, and they have worked with our community partners and written grants and found ways to bring other organizations' kids to our campus. So who wants to go first? They can fight it out.
I'm going to throw it to Kate because this is her area.
And this was one of the really cool things I think that a lot of people can say about even this last year is seeing how the community has come together.
Yeah.
And, whereas a lot of people would look at different youth serving organizations as competitors, where it's like, oh, you're serving kids and I'm serving kids and we don't want you to steal our kids, but we don't look at it that way. And so it's been so refreshing as we've been connecting with our, just different partners all throughout the year and ways that we could truly partner together.
And don't you feel like that's been a shift for everyone?
Very much so.
Don't you feel like we've all just kind of, the focus is truly on kids right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't tell you how many times that's been the core part of a conversation where it's been, before it's like everybody's in their own lane, they're doing their own thing. And now with the crisis of like, okay, now these kids need us now more than ever. And so seeing people band together and the conversation and the focus be truly about the kids and truly what the kids need.
And don't you feel like, like talking to other organizations like, Boys and Girls Club and Elkhart Parks, we've been able to say, okay, well, here's what we do really well. And then they say, okay, well, here's what we do really well. And so we've all been able to really complement what we do well because the focus is on kids and how we can just serve them best together.
You know what, too, I was going to say, I feel like this year, too, is everybody's realized that we need each other. We can't do this alone. And together we can impact more kids.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of these, of our partnerships is exactly what Coach Aubrey just said, focusing on what we each do well, the value that we add and how it can come together to add a dynamic experience. So for example, one of our partners is the Boys and Girls Club of St. Joe County. We've had many refreshing conversations where we come together and truly see each and every person who's represented at that table, their passion for kids and how they want to make a difference and trying to figure out how can we offer what Summit has to offer for the kids that are already a part of their summer programming. So, if you're not familiar, Boys and Girls Club, they offer summer programming at multiple sites across St. Joe County. And their kids, all of the kids that are enrolled in their summer program are going to come out to Summit one day a week for like 6 of their camp weeks.
Wow.
Which is incredible. Now these kids, we have the opportunity to serve these kids who are a part of their camp, and we've never done that. And we're just really super excited to be able to not only enrich the different experiences, but also as we're working with staff and, these staff now get dynamic training from 2 different organizations that have different specialties.
And Kate, your daughter actually is part of Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah. So personally, it is.
So it truly is a partnership.
And it's really cool too, just to see that my daughter has been a part of their kids care program after school at her elementary, and so seeing the relationships that she's growing with their staff members, and how now knowing that I can send her to this. A lot of parents are in the same boat. Like summer comes, your kids are out of school. My daughter's in kindergarten. Where's she gonna go? I've got. I'm gonna be out at Summit, right?
Yeah.
I got to get her involved, and so it's just so refreshing to be able to know there's a partner that I trust that I'm like I'm gonna send my daughter there, and then there's the added benefit of she gets to come out and see me at work once a week. So no, it truly is quite the experience.
And I think, too, like Boys and Girls Club, they pivoted. Aubrey, your daughter went to after-school care, too. Who'd she go through?
She went to after-school care through the YMCA.
Okay, another organization that...
Yeah, because I found myself in need of after-school care. And, when her school shut down for a little while and I was out of options, I have to work. So they offered that. And so, there are so many amazing youth serving organizations in St. Joe County and Elkhart County and, all the surrounding areas. And, to really just see everyone come together, I think it's a testament to the Michiana community. And I just think that I love that the focus is just truly all about the kids, because I don't know if it's always been that, but I think that we're all kind of starting to see the impact of what, what we did to our kids. My grandma always used to say, you can't put an old head on young shoulders. And, we expected these kids to just, be fine through everything. Kids are resilient, and, I agree. I think kids are very resilient, but they need tools, because, us as adults, I think a lot of times we've found that the last year was hard for us to handle. And, we have to, we have to think of our kids. And so I love that truly the focus is our kids.
Go ahead.
And the understanding that we're better together. That's been kind of the mantra that I've heard so much recently, is like, hey, we're better together. And knowing that, I love that we can walk into these partnerships, and not just for the summer, but it's kind of ignited this, this collaboration for future. We're already talking about how can we invest in that we truly can serve alongside each other to offer the absolute best experience to these kids all year round.
Right. And another person that I want to mention is Tonda Hines. She was really a driving force for us, like in Elkhart Community Schools. And I mean, Kate, you worked with her a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, Aubrey, you did too.
Yeah. So,
well, who is Tonda? Who is she? She's amazing.
Yeah.
I love her.
Tonda works with the Elkhart Community Schools, who's been a huge partner for us. But more so, she has been a very incredible advocate for our organization, but also for her kids, right? Like, she is fighting to get the best experience for her kids. And so we've had the honor and the pleasure of being able to work with her as we've offered, programming after school for the Elkhart Community Schools, because she drove it. She's like, you know what? I want to get 5-star in my buildings. I want you guys to bring archery into our classrooms. I want you to bring team building and social emotional learning, art and dance and all these opportunities. And so she's been a huge advocate, but then she also sparked a whole collaboration between the Elkhart City Parks Department and the Elkhart Community Schools and 5-Star, where now we're in this collaboration where the Elkhart City Parks, they, due to COVID and the restrictions and smaller numbers in their locations, they weren't able to offer camp to as many kids as they normally would. And so by Tonda intervening and kind of pulling everybody to the table, now they're going to be hosting their camps at 2 of the elementary schools, which has increased their capacity greatly. So now the number of kids that they're going to be able to reach is even better. And here, here's the Elkhart City Parks. The cost for their kids to come to camp is like $10 a week. And so it's a very affordable option for a lot of the parents who are, we've been hearing that a lot of parents are strapped for money because of COVID or job loss and things. So there's opportunities that are available for these kids. And part of this collaboration then is these kids are going to be able to come out to Summit during their camps as well, just like the Boys and Girls Club of St. Joe County.
Right, and it's just incredible that everybody came up with these creative ways that we all could come together and that kids could come to Summit.
Yeah, and it's so, really out of the box thinking, and I love that, just to see how creative everyone has been in part of this process. And so it's really exciting. And I know there's a lot of other partnerships that have been coming out of this. We have some events this summer with the South Bend VPA. They're going to be sending out their young people to do training and leadership days out there. We have some different things, opportunities to serve the Croc Center youth. So going and doing and running programming right there during their summer camps. And so the number of kids that we are truly going to be reaching continues to grow by the day, it feels like.
And I think we also need to recognize and honor and thank, our community partners that have funded us, that are that we have the Community Foundation of St. Joseph County. They just announced that they've awarded us with grant money to really continue what we're doing. And we've got Elkhart County Community Foundation, Crossroads United Way of St. Joe County. They've been such a great partner with connecting us to different organizations, so they don't go unnoticed. We are appreciative, and we know that we couldn't do what we do without them and the tremendous support that they provide.
And even that collaboration of our partners who were offering some financial opportunities, then we had other partners like coming to us and saying, hey, did you go, right?
Yeah, we had a lot of, it was amazing, all the different connections. And now that's another one of the things with the competitors, sometimes I feel like, do we really share the resources with others? Because we're like, well, for a grant, if everybody's applying for the same grant, does that lower our choices?
Sure.
Or, our chances?
Right, yeah.
But instead, I've seen people share more of those resources and more of those opportunities with one another. Again, better together.
Right. And they also asked us to walk alongside with them, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's new. It's exciting. And again, it's all about the kids. And we are going to serve more kids because of these community partnerships and really their friendships. It's really been a wonderful resource for us to be able to rely on them and hopefully for them to rely on us too. So we are going to come back in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about some impact stories of past 5-star students. And this summer is so exciting because some of them are going to reappear and help out with these camps coming up.